This is Ozcast. Join us walking down the yellow brick road and remembering the Wizard of Oz and Judy Garland and other fun conversations about the world of Oz. This is Ozcast.
And we would like to welcome everyone to the second episode of the Ozcast radio series.
Hi, this is Travis Black.
And Sean Gonzalez.
We hope you're all doing well today, and we would like to welcome everyone to the second episode of the continuation that we would like to present to you on the Wicked musical, and we're pleased to have you both here today.
Well, I'm glad to be here too.
Very glad to hear that. Travis, what is your opinion on the Wicked musical?
Oh, well, I really like the musical itself. I think I probably like it more than the book, just because I feel like it doesn't try to be the book, and that it tries to go with the movie more so as far as continuity. Because I tried reading the book, and I read it once, and I thought it was okay. But my only issue with the book was that it didn't have the other book. And I like the musical because it just kind of it's in that whole movie universe.
Right. It's very interesting. Do you have anything that you'd like to say about that, Sean?
Well, I don't know. I feel like the book is very dark, so it can't really translate well to the stage without having more of the MGM movie in it.
Mm-hmm.
And because if it's just shown to audiences as this is based directly off book Wicked, they're not really going to get it. And there's a lot of stuff in the book that's completely cut out of the musical. So, like, there's something like 14 characters that are completely cut.
Mm-hmm.
So, you need to have that balance of, yes, this is Wicked, but we also need to tie in the movie so as not to completely jar the audience from the show.
Right. That's very interesting. You have
I completely agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, seeing that I have not
It's very
seen
important to
the
appeal to a commercial audience, and that has wide appeal. Because a lot of people aren't familiar with the book, and a lot of people may never read it, so they have to incorporate all sorts of different versions to appeal to a wider audience. Is that what you're saying? Kind of.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's very interesting. I think that it's really interesting that the musical did as well as it did, and I guess, I don't know if people wonder this, but Sean, you might know, did the musical do better as far as sales versus the book?
Well, when the book came out, it was really, Gregory Maguire had moved to London for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he came back to live in America, he was like really like amazed by how much his political views had shifted just from being on the opposite side of the story.
Right.
So that he wanted to incorporate into, you know, the Wizards regime and what elves stand for and all of that. So, so he took the book really, you know, he always had questions with, you know, the Wizard of Oz, you know, like, why did Glinda give Dorothy the shoes? Why did she wait so long to tell her what the shoes' power was? Why did the witch want them so bad? So he took his shift of political views and the story and weaved them together to create what is Wicked. And the book came out, and it's all, you know, I mean, it did well, but when the musical came out, everybody just freaked for it.
Right.
So, you know, it wasn't, I mean, I hated it, and, you know, there's that whole rumor that, you know, when Wizard of Oz was released, it wasn't really popular. It was accepted, but it was different, you know, so, I mean, people liked it, it just wasn't as big as some of the other movies, so.
Right. Yeah, what do you have to say about it, Travis?
I agree with what he's saying. I mean, when obviously it was not somewhat, but it was pretty successful when it came out. I think it was in 1995, if I read correctly. And I think it was a bestseller even, and there were 1 million copies in print or so. So the musical came out, just everyone jumped right on it. Because the soundtrack went gold or platinum, and then all of a sudden people were like, wow, I want to read the book that inspired this. So it became, you know, a triple bestseller, or higher even. I mean, it's still a bestseller today. People are still crazy about the book.
That's right, and the musical, yeah. Wow, that is awesome. So, as far as you guys are concerned, I guess people would like to know this. What is it about the musical, and what is it about the book that, you know, catches your eye or gets you guys so interested in it?
I think it's basically the concept of the story, you know, because it's a story about acceptance and forgiveness, and in the end, you know, the audience wants to know how people can change. And everybody that I've talked to that has seen the show, or, you know, just from me, like, telling them about the show, like, they don't expect they don't think that that's actually going to happen, because they walk in to the theater, you know, thinking they know the story, and, you know, she's the Wicked Witch, and she's insane and crazy, and, you know, there's the Good Witch who doesn't care about anything except her makeup, and, you know, there's the little girl from Kansas. So they walk in thinking they know exactly what they're about to see, and then they walk out of the theater with this completely shifted and upside down view of what they've been told since childhood.
Mm.
So, you know, and everybody can connect with Alphaba, or, you know, because everybody knows what it's like to be an outcast, and everybody has had their moment of glory. So, you know, it's like Stephanie J. Block said, you know, they come the first time not knowing, and then they return the second time wearing the Defy Gravity t-shirt or Popular t-shirt, and they can connect with one of the two women. So I think that's what ultimately brings people to the show.
Wow. That's really well put. Yeah, what is that for you, Travis, that you think meant for you?
Well, I saw the book first, way before the musical came out. I'd say it was about 2001. Walking through. You're not supposed to judge a book by the cover, but I saw the witch on the cover, and so of course I was immediately drawn to it. Because of the monkey in her arms, and I was like, "What is this?" You know, I was like, "Heck yeah, it's a new Oz book." So I opened it up and I started reading for an adult in mind. So the language and the vocabulary is like he was aiming towards is totally different in tone than if you picked up a book by L. Frank Baum. Fairly simplistically written, straightforward, but still magical at the same time.
Yeah.
It had a whole different layer to it. It was dark and it was gritty, and I don't necessarily agree with everything that was put into the book. I didn't find it all to be necessary, but still, it took my interest the entire time.
That's good.
And I read it in about 2 days. I thought it was very, very interesting. I kept waiting for Dorothy's appearance, but then you realize, you know, the book isn't about Dorothy.
Right.
The book is about the witch and her struggle. And when Dorothy does make an appearance finally, I was a little disappointed because there's a lot than when she was at the witch's castle in the book or the movie. It was fairly brief. Like, I think in The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, the novel, I think she was at the witch's castle for a week or 2, like as the witch's slave, whereas in Wicked, she was at the witch's castle for 2 years. And I think, in the book, she was at the witch's castle for 2 years. And I think in the novel, she was at the witch's castle for a week or 2, like as the witch's slave, whereas in Wicked, she was at the witch's castle for 2 years. I think she was there for a total of a day.
Wow.
So, I mean, they expanded, and they condensed, and they elaborated, and they changed, and they made it darker in places, and it was very intriguing. I'll give it that. I liked it, and I did read Son of a Witch, albeit a lot later.
Mm-hmm.
But Rise of the Third one, I'll probably read that one too, out of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw the musical about 2 years ago. It came here on tour.
Right.
I can't remember who played it, but it was very, very good. And I really enjoyed it. And about everything. So I was completely on the bandwagon as far as that goes.
Very good.
I still listen to it constantly. The songs are excellent, and it's in pop culture now. I think it's far in the public mainstream. I was watching Ugly Betty last year. They had a whole episode that revolved around Ugly Betty going to go see Wicked, and they incorporated the song and the drama of that play into the episode.
Wow.
It's just really awesome.
That's great. Very good. Yes, I am going to be very fortunate, finally, because I will go get to see the show next month in Atlanta, Georgia, at the end of the month of October. So I'm going to take one of my friends with me and some other people, and I'm going to go. So I'll have some good things to say about it later on, I'm sure. And then I'll understand how y'all feel. Last time we had the show, on the last episode, Sean had talked about his thoughts on the 70th anniversary of the Wizard of Oz movie, and his thoughts on that. And I was wondering if you could mention that and your thoughts on it, since it's going to be 2009 next year, and what you think of that being the 70th anniversary of the film.
So, to me, it's crazy that it's on its 70th anniversary because I remember the 50th anniversary, 2 or 3. Like, I had the 50th anniversary VHS tape to open up for children.
Right.
It was a big deal back then. VHS tapes were for widescreen, which I don't necessarily agree with because that actually put off the top and bottom.
Yeah, I know, and that would never happen.
At least it was back easy.
Right.
And now it's crazy that it's 70 years, and I feel, even though I'm only 20, almost 21 years old, I still feel like a lot.
You feel what?
The movie, the whole Oz entity has been part of my life for a very long time now. Or just as far back as I can remember. I can't really remember a time without something of Oz in my life, whether it's a movie, and, it's gone from VHS to DVD to DVD again, and now it's on Blu-ray.
Not yet. Next August in 2009.
Yeah, that'll be really exciting.
Yes, it will be. It will be equally exciting because we are having the DVD of the Wizard of Oz documentary about the Oz community next year, and I have announced it very briefly on the website, and more people will find out about that in coming months ahead as we display more information about that.
I really don't know what to say about Susan Hilferty's work on the costume. I mean, it's absolutely, amazing how, she was hired and 200 costumes just, came out of her like nothing.
Right.
And, I mean, just, the work that goes into it. I mean, you think it's just a stage costume when really Linda's bubble dress can fetch for $135,000. Elphaba's is $20,000 to produce. It's really crazy how, to just go out on stage 8 times a week in a $20,000 dress, think nothing of it.
Right.
And it's insane how, whenever a new production opens up, the costumes are completely perfectly replicated to the actor that's going to be playing them. And I think I mentioned this in the other segment,
yeah.
but how every costume is different. It's the same basic cut, but no costume in any different. If you go see it in Chicago and LA, in New York, or in London, in Tokyo, all going to be the same costume, but there's still something different about each individual costume for each individual actor that plays it in that location. So it's really, and they do that all over the show. Fix, whatever they didn't like about the previous production, change it for the next show. So every time you see the show, you're probably going to hear different lines, or see a different scene, or notice something different about a costume or set, or so it's fantastic how much work and thought goes into, because it wasn't just and okay, let's just replicate it 50,000 times for the production. It's constantly changing. So, yeah.
Travis, what are your thoughts on the costume?
I love the costume. Like the costume, Wicked. I like how they took the MGM look and styled it. They took up with his hat and then made it even more distinct than it was in the film. And to me, the Wicked costumes are closer, kind of a hybrid between the look of the book and the look of the MGM. It's kind of like the ultimate blending of the two formats. And I really like how Elsa's dress is really careworn looking, like she's been through a lot. She's not, perfectly dressed, flying around the art. She hasn't had an easy life, obviously. And the Emerald City costumes are also really nice. I like how they were sort of inspired by the Victorian book, the time period. And Sean, actually, I was looking at some pictures the other day. He's made a really nice look.
Oh, yeah.
His sewing and costume. I don't know if he said anything.
A little bit last time on the last one. Yeah, Sean is very talented, and I have not seen somebody at his age put so much time and effort in making replica things as far as when it comes to Wizard of Oz. Recreations of this nature, especially Wicked. So, Sean, you've done an awesome job in all this.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to research so many photos of all the different costumes, and then it's okay, which actresses do you want to reproduce? And mine is a mix, like it's got like Stephanie and Idina's top, and then it's got a little bit of a Eden skirt and all that. So, and then it's the question of, okay, how can you take a $20,000 dress and replicate it for around $150?
Right.
So it's really complicated in that aspect, but I think I did a good job with it.
Yeah.
There are still a lot of things that I want to change, and I am in the process of redoing Elsa's skirt to make it more the shape that hers is. But yeah, I mean it's really like in I belong to a forum called Go In This Wardrobe, and as anybody on there who has made the tattoo dress can tell you, like you're never really done with it. Like there's always something that you want to change, so you go back and change it. Like so you're never fully finished replicating it because there's always something you can add. It won't change the look of it at all. So.
Yeah, that's great. Very interesting. And of course, Travis, if you didn't know, I know we mentioned this in the last show, but he also makes replica ribbon books, which are really, really nice. And I'm trying to convince Sean to sell them full time. Eventually.
Yeah, Sean, he sent me a picture of one pair of slippers. I think I still have it somewhere. They were really good.
Yeah.
They look like they could be professionally made.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, I think so.
And if you can learn how to make your own, that's usually a nice alternative.
Absolutely.
Especially if you go to makers like fairy dust sequins or darker sequins like they actually filmed with. So I mean, there are definitely places to purchase slippers out there, but there are a lot of people who just choose to make their own, especially because they want to use them for themselves for a certain purpose. And there are websites out there you can actually go to, which I'm sure y'all probably know about. There's the Ruby Super Fan Club, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right. And there's a lot of great stuff on there.
A whole lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Sean, I know you're familiar with that, and I know all of us are. And it's a really great resource for people that want to make their own review slippers to get counsel and help from people on there.
Yeah. Have y'all seen the large Wicked displays at the Barnes and Noble stores that they put out this week?
No.
Last week?
Yeah.
Oh, tell everybody about that stuff, you guys. I think everyone would be interested to hear.
I
work at Barnes and Noble, so.
You worked at one.
Oh yeah, tell us about it.
So I was getting off work one day, and I saw like a flyer type thing in one of the manager's boxes for the Wicked tote bag, which has Alphabet and Defying Gravity on it. And oh my god, amazing! I need this.
Right.
So, and I had no idea like when it was coming out or whatever. I go into work like 2 days later, and there's all of this Wicked merchandise that came out. And I'm like, oh my god, I need this. So they've got the tote bag. They've got Wicked journals, Wicked planner, everything.
Wow, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, a whole bunch of journals, puzzles, T-shirts, mugs, baseball caps, and like we're still not done getting a whole bunch of stuff in.
That's great.
And I had no idea what it was for. Like I figured it was just for like Halloween or something, and I was like, like why would they be, advertising Wicked Day because it's really not that big. So and then I found out it's for Lion Among Men, which is the third book in Gregory Maguire's series.
Oh.
That comes out October 14th.
Oh yes, that's right. I heard about that coming out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So that's what it's for. And I don't know. I really want to read it just because of what it is, but I don't know about it because it's like I don't know. Like I personally don't think that anybody we know from The Wizard of Oz or Wicked is going to be in it because if you read the first two books, like they've all kind of moved on,
Right.
So I don't know, but I'm gonna read it anyway. Just because. So
I read the second one, and I thought it was okay, but I felt like it could have gone so many other places, like with the Oz events. I mean, there's 14 established plus the other 30, however many books there are to go with the canon, and I feel like there's so much to explore between Ozma, which he set up in the first book, and the Gnome King or whatever. I think he could incorporate in there in his own vision that he doesn't really go with. He just kind of, I feel like he kind of meanders around. It's very like they saw Tip and Mombi. They didn't call them Tip and Mombi, but they had a cameo appearance at all.
Right.
Like an old woman and a little boy and a cow, which had however many horns, like 4 horns.
Yeah, that had to be it. Yeah. Very interesting. Wow.
Well loved among Oz fans, like Jack Pumpkinhead. You could have a version of that in there, but especially Ozma.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Ozma is not in
right.
Yeah, that is kind of weird, isn't it?
Ozma was talked about a lot in the first book because the whole a lot of Wicked the book is very religious and very political. So, the whole thing talked about throughout the book is, do you believe in the unnamed God? Are there dragons living underneath Oz? One of the big theories in Wicked's book is that Dorothy is Ozma returning to take the throne of Oz. And then, in the end, it's like, she goes back into hiding, when really she goes back to campus. So, I don't know. I'd like to see Oz, but if you read the second book, Lear has another green baby. So I don't know if he's gonna go the route of like second Alphabet or I don't know, but because Alphabet dies in Wicked the book.
Yeah.
So,
in the musical she doesn't, but in the book she does.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what he's gonna play with that, or if he's just gonna leave it alone. And I don't know. I mean, the first book was Wicked. It was about the witch. The second book was Son of a Witch. It was about her son. So Lion Among Men, maybe not the lion. I don't know. He hasn't really been in it that much because he was only in the one piece of Wicked that was like the movie. So I really don't know what it's going to be about at all, but I'll read it. So
You have to wonder why he chooses to focus on the lion, like that character.
Right.
Because even in the original books, like the lion was barely included after the first couple of cameos. But you have to wonder why he would be worth a story of his own when there's so many other characters out there that could, be expanded upon. Probably.
Right. Wow. That is interesting. Only time will tell what will happen. So, all that can be said. Well, I think we'll end it for today. So I appreciate all you guys' input on this second show, and we will look forward to producing and putting together more shows in the future.
okay.
All right.
All right.
This has been Aaron, Pastor Trevor, and Sean as well for being here today.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
All right. Thanks for listening.